She capitalized on the checks that they was bringing in, and then when shit went sour, despite her already clearly verbalizing that she saw the red flags, she chose to stay, which tells me, right? Just like it would tell me if a man came inside a woman, that would tell me that you have some accountability in what the fuck happened. Just that simple. Just he could tell me all day the girl opened her legs up, and that he would be true. But you also put your dick in her without a condom and skeeted, which makes you responsible. The ace metaphor to the best of anybody her knowledge, did he put a gun to her head and make her stay, or did he use any forceful tactic, whether it's fear, shame, or anything? As a matter of fact, she wasn't even getting paid.
Bills. I would say bills. If that's her source of income, bills. Like, I mean, when bills could be a big determinant factor on whether you're. I mean, I know people that's in a job right now that wouldn't leave immediately and probably are getting abused worse than what she's saying that she was abused. I mean, people working at just regular like corporate jobs. But but the thing is that I believe that what the difference between him and a corporate job is that there would have never been a discussion where anybody would be able to come out of that situation and tell any of your personal information because they have training that says, hey, listen, don't discuss this, don't discuss that. But sometimes, like I said, jig of business, when we do our business, we don't follow, like we need to like take some, maybe these people did not work corporate at all. Like anytime you work anywhere, they're going to give you a whole training on what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. What to say, what don't you say? All this stuff is just basic human resources stuff. But I think that when it comes down to us, we're starting new things, probably don't have that much experience with how to corporately structure our businesses. So that's why a person could ever come out with something to say like this. Because really, if it was really structured appropriately, none of this would ever happen, period. She would have been signed to an NDA. He would have never been canoodling with other people in the whatever, because that would be against corporate policy. He was not handling his business properly. That's what I say.
I disagree. She had a job before she went to tonight's conversation. She quit her job that more than likely made her sign W-2, Form W, all that stuff. Made her sign the direct deposit, all that stuff. Legal shit. She quit that stable job, and she's a single mom to work for Ace Metaphor, who will give you no contracts, no access to the YouTube channel, so you can't see how much the videos that you were on, how much they actually generated. All right, no access to the merchandise, so you can't see how much that's generating. Right, no access to the ticket sales, can't see how much that's generating. You just get paid when I tell you get paid, like a slave. Like, to me, again, I don't think that was wise. And even if she was like, "Oh yeah, my bills got to get paid," well, even if she was like, "Oh yeah, my bills got to get paid," well, again, after the first few times you started to realize, I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting paid. Why do you keep going back? That's all I'm saying. Why do you keep going back? Like, are y'all friends? Are you going back just because you want to? She have her own channel. She has her own brand. So technically, she never really needed him to ascend or to make money. If we're just keeping it 100, we can only say that he elevated her platform, nothing more. He never created her, and she's gonna make money after him. My whole point is she could have saved herself all of this turmoil by either working with somebody who was actually trustworthy, or going in by herself and actually make money. There's plenty of women on YouTube and on other platforms that do it. That's all I'm saying. But he's wrong though. He should pay her if he owed her money. For the
Straight
record.
up. And on top of that, why wasn't that in place? Why wasn't NDAs in place? Why wasn't contracts in place? That's jigger business. What it really comes down to it. It's like, so we want to blame her and say, well, that you walked away from a regular job with a white man that had everything like ironed out, this, that, the other. You left that to work with the black man that didn't have everything ironed out, but was offering you more money. I'm sure it was. Why else would she leave that other company? You know what I'm saying? So the only reason why I would think that is because he offered her a bigger bag. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
if someone offer you a bigger bag, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes if you like trying to be like a star, you've seen it already. You've seen the how the audience is like flowing, people are screaming, whatever. And oh, okay, this sounded like a good opportunity, right? I don't think that he brought her in at the very beginning. This was already going on. The tonight's conversation by the time he brought her in, so she got to see the what the results were of it, the whole thing, so, and felt like she could benefit from it. So she took a chance. And most people that are very successful take chances. So we can't say that she was wrong for taking a chance. That's normally what any person that is a sound business person is going to do, especially sometimes it might be from the detriment or the better, but hers was from the detriment. So, but he should have had all that stuff in place. Can't get mad at her because he didn't have it in place. He should have had it in place, and if he would have had it in place, she wouldn't be able to get online and say nothing because he would have had an NDA in place strong enough to where she would never be able to get online and say nothing about him. Period.
I agree. Nay, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I can see both perspectives on both sides, but honestly, the person that's doing the most talking is her. He hasn't really came out, and I'm not trying to be in defense of him because at the end of the day, he was still dead ass wrong. If he owes her money, pay the money. But the only person that's really saying stuff is her. So we only really got one side of the story. We really haven't heard anything from him. He's basically like, "Look, I'm not about to sit here and go back and forth with you." I think this should have been handled in the court. I'm for sure they have contracts in place. I don't think she went into this situation without a contract. Um, it may not be a Stone Cloud contract, but I'm for sure they have some type of agreement that is written on paper that they both sign and agree to. Um, I do feel that when you are in a business with someone, especially you coming on as a talk show host or something, it's okay to a certain extent to build rapport if you have some similarities or whatever. Now, if he just came up to her and just started saying, "You know what, I I feel comfortable talking to you. So yeah, this happened to me when I was a child," and blah 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 blah, then he may could have been playing on her sympathy card because of the trauma or whatever that she may have either explained to him or he knows about by watching her, whatever the case may be. Or some people are just welcoming, just like me, for example. I'm a hairstylist. I'm a hairstylist here in Atlanta. A lot of people sit in my chair and will spill their life story to me and they barely know me. But some people just have a welcoming aura where they just like, I feel like I could talk to you about anything. And that could have been the case. So we really don't know, but the person that's doing the most talking is her. He's not saying anything. So in a way, it can be she's trying to clout chase, and then in a way she can just be explaining her experience as well and don't have to clout chase because it's not like nobody knew who Keita Rose was before tonight's conversation. She had her own little brand and she was up and coming as well. She's not like, she's a beautiful young lady and she's funny. So yeah, we knew somewhat about her. So all I can say is I hope they're able to um fix this, squash it, and move on with their lives. If he came in offering you the money, giving you the money, and you tell him no, then you need to stop talking about he owe you money. Because he came in saying, "Hey, this is how much I owe you. Here, you can have it." Excuse me. Here, you can have it. And
I think
you
it's
tell him no, then what more are you asking for?
It
What,
sounds like
what,
to me like it's lawyers involved. Now they want to say like, no, don't accept that because they want to get their cut. You know what I'm saying? Once you
no,
involve
I'm for sure that
lawyers,
that money is gonna. Yeah, I'm for sure she wants her money, and I'm for sure she's gonna have to pay the lawyer. But the lawyer is her friend, right?
Not for too much
I
longer.
don't know. I don't know.
Okay, okay.
Even if the lawyers are a friend, they're gonna want they cut.
They're still gonna want their money. Yeah.
They're not gonna accept the basic amount. But
Yeah, so she's still doing her job.
but she's saying that when he was actually offering that, it was more a stall tactic because she was like, well, I'll give you like 250 or 500, whatever the amount was, and she was like, okay, we'll send it on through. I don't know, but something
Based on
happened.
the conversation, no, he said I owe you 500,000. I can see you 500,000. I mean, that was a recorded conversation.
So I don't know why would you not accept 500,000. I don't get that. That's great.
Yeah, shout out to Dub for his $5 cash app.
That nigga's a goddamn $5 boot right now. $5 boot. $5 boot.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Ciao.
But yeah, I just think they need to go ahead and settle this out. Of course, she can explain her story as much as she wants. I mean, that's her prerogative. That's her First Amendment right. So we can't sit up and say, well, she can't get online and say, I'm like, because we have plenty of series of she pretty much copied off of Who Did I Get Married To, and the other girl the other one that just what's her name, Isis. She did she's pretty much repeating doing the same thing that those two women did.
It's the exact same thing.
The exact same thing. She makes a little web series about what happened to her, and this happens to be tearing down tonight's conversation. But it's also quite a mystery to me that the only person that really is talking is her. Nobody. I'm for sure quite a few other people left tonight's conversation, right? And
no, that was the other girl that did a live with her, the light skinned girl. They did at the very beginning. They did a live together on Instagram. I don't know what her name is, but she's a comedian and she's married, and they.
Oh yeah. Okay, we saw that
first, yeah. So, but here's the thing: I definitely do not like the whole thing calling people a clout chaser. Anyone on YouTube is
everybody on YouTube is a clout chaser. Everybody.
You trying to get some money? You trying to make some money off of your content? Period. So everything is clout chasing at this point.
Yeah,
I'm clout chasing off here. I'm trying to get people I mean, let's be real.
Let's be real. Coin is a coin. Shit.
We coming together clout chasing off each other. You know what I'm saying? He's on my channel. I'm on his. We all getting our trying to come
get it together. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't be oh, yeah, this is a clout. People do that to minimize what someone is really saying. So you don't want to minimize whatever message she's trying to get through.
Yeah.
By calling her a clout chaser. But what I will say is that at the end of the day, the business was not businessing.
Right.
And that could have been her fault and his fault at the same time. So I'm not gonna 100% blame him. I'm gonna say that listen, you didn't have the right management in place to make sure that you was intact.
You was in order, and you didn't have the right management in place to make sure that you
have the right
in
business in place to make sure everybody else was intact.
Right.
This ain't the first person that said they didn't get paid. The light skinned girl said she didn't get paid. So
but everybody else getting paid. Yeah.
Just getting it in with him. I don't know what's going on.
And I'm they also saying that one of the cast members is sleeping with him. I'm wait, you put that guy. Okay, why are you telling that? How do you know? You in a bed with him?
What she said is that what everybody was complaining to her about. I mean, that's another thing, is that when you got enough people complaining about you, that's a big deal. If you messy like that and you got people to complain about you, but then she get to okay, well, we need to come together and fight against the system, and then they turn around and say, well, no, I don't want to do that. Well, she about to fight against the system. So next thing you know, she becomes the target. Bro, you got set up. Period. This person pillow talking with him. That's almost like going to your wife, Daryl, and saying, Daryl did me wrong. Of course. What? You might think that you're cool with his wife, but honey, the wife is gonna be more closer to Daryl than he's gonna be to you. As much as she might be cool, whatever.
I'm saying if she go with before I go back to the video, if she go with the whole idea of I have bills to pay, so I gotta ignore the bullshit. Well, people gonna say the same thing. I have bills to pay.
Right.
So I can't focus on helping you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And this is why I don't like when people, I don't like when people like when that becomes the reason why people do something, because it can easily be another reason why people just look at your situation and be like, well, I can't do nothing about that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Good luck.
Because I know the white man would. They'd be like, okay, what they got to do with me?
I mean,
Exactly. So
what was the
you can
objective?
prioritize your
Oh,
bills, but not me and mine. No, of course not. Which is why morality start to kick in and stuff like that. Because had she not been up there giving him opportunities to look good on stage by having beautiful women up there, then he wouldn't be the person that he is today, and the platform wouldn't be as big as it is today. But that's just my opinion.
Oh, no, what were you saying, Jenny?
No, I was saying like, you know, and like I said, when it really comes down to it, is that if these people were fooling around with him and confided in her, and then now she feels like she need to take the whole thing down, maybe that wasn't their intention. You know what I'm saying? By telling her that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, say someone
They
tell
gonna
me,
they gonna look at her like she crazy. They gonna go against her.
"Oh, listen, I was fooling around with him and this, that, the other. He had his legs back, whatever. That don't mean you take the whole situation down. You don't gotta take the whole company down because of that. You know what I'm saying? So it could have been a thing where maybe her resolve was like, we need to come fight against the whole thing and take it all down. And they might be like, no, I didn't expect. No, that's not what I was saying. I just, you know,
confided in you, and
he
he
just had his
gonna run
legs
in your mouth.
back. And
He ain't gonna run in your mouth, but it's gonna make the audience and everybody else.
X, Y, Z, and blah, blah. I was just talking to you like regular. I wasn't like trying to take the whole business down.
Right.
So a
So
lot of times that's what happens. That somebody confide in you about something, and you think that you like, you know, you gonna like be Harriet Tubman and bring everybody to like freedom, and that's not exactly what they were telling you that for. You know what I'm saying? It was more
Right.
like, I just let you know what was going
But
on.
yeah, it's gonna make her look like the bad guy though. At the end of the day, she's gonna make her look untrustworthy.
Pretty much, you know.
Yeah. But go ahead. We can go back to the video.
Are you good? I was just testing out different ones. You know how I be. All right. Let's go back to the video. Let's get it popping.
Clean, she decides. If you know me, you know I don't play about child abuse. I don't play about protecting children, because children cannot fight back. They're the most vulnerable being on this earth. So around like 2 years in, Jojo started lying about what he'd invest in, how much merch I needed, different things like that. So I'm slowly finding out that he's not a reliable business partner, is what I'm thinking. So I don't believe any of the damages that have been done were malicious at that time. Now they were absolutely malicious. So Mojo Jojo would say that from a young age, his mom was on drugs. His dad went to jail. When his mom got clean, she decided to turn her life over to God, and she joined the Jehovah's Witnesses. So he is a Jehovah's Witness. Now, since Mojo Jojo's father was in jail, he attached himself to a mentor that attended the same church. Allegedly, this mentor would take him on trips, buy him nice clothes, nice shoes, in exchange for sex. I only say in exchange for sex because the stories would start off with, when I was young, I was groomed, I was SA'd, right? So I felt very bad. I had a lot of sympathy. And then towards the end, it was,
okay, girl, you do.
I understand why women accept certain types of abuse, especially if they benefit, if they get cars and clothes and houses and stuff like that, because my mentor did the same thing.
I'm lost. I'm trying to figure out, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about? You do.
Now this is not even about like the business of it all. The business. This is now about like, oh, you put a cease and desist. Now I'm gonna really like expose everything that I ever like was gonna say. And
if it's cease and desist, that means she need to stop talking.
Oh no, there's a whole lawsuit and a cease and desist. He started off with a cease and desist, then he put out a lawsuit, and she's still going. So I don't know. I mean, she said that she suffered from PTSD and mental health. So I don't know. Maybe it's a thing like she's just like, I don't give a F. Like, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I don't know. This is.
I'm like, so she's gonna do it in the detriment of herself. She don't understand that you would never get that money, dear.
I was on her side before she did this. You know what I'm saying? Because that right here is like.
That's a little bit too much. Like, girl, you doing too much.
Victim, like. I get
I'm
it
like,
that
don't do
he
that.
did this to you, but to go into his childhood and try to tie this whole thing together is not cool.
But you're sitting up saying you're a protector of children. This is something that happened when he was a child, when he was young.
Yeah.
So how are you a protector of children, but you're sitting here talking about this man's trauma from when he was a child? Then you're not a protector of children. Then you need to shut up.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I would say that she's hurt too. It's a hurt people hurt people. That's one thing I will say.
But don't sit up and make a broad statement like that, and then turn around and victim blame or victim blame his childhood. Like that's not cool at all.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. No, like that's crazy.
We
don't
need to
say,
know.
I'm a hero of children, but as you were a child, like no.
But she did say that they were trying to find the person that did it to him and go against that person. Okay, fine, but
that's fine. But that wasn't your place to tell his business. He was confiding in you, so that's what I'm saying. The more she talks,
who knows?
The more she talks, the more people are going to see that you're untrustworthy. So I'm confiding in you because I'm thinking me and you are cool. We are friends. We're not just business partners, but we're friends. We're building rapport with each other. And here, when you get mad at me, when mad day come, here you spilling all my business.
That's true. That's not right. It's not right at all.
Yeah, like no.
I mean, I don't care how much money he owes you. Y'all need to handle that in court, but to really be out in all his business.
Out there destroying. He's still not saying
him and didn't tell what she went through for him, and he probably knows a lot of stuff about her. But he got his he got his whatever that to his chest. He ain't came out and told all the business about her. Mm-mm. So now it's becoming like an attack. Now it's like, at some point it's like a thing where. But I get it. What she's trying to do is build her own platform. She knows that she can never go back to that place again with tonight's conversation. She wants to get enough clout off of the situation to be able to just work solo. The only thing is I'm trying to figure out who is on her side now. Are people going to trust her? Because, I mean, goddamn, if he told you that and then you came out when you got mad, what can anybody else say to you and you don't get mad?
You're going to lose a lot of audience, a lot of people. I mean, it can be tea. Everybody likes tea. Everybody likes, to hear just a little mess. But when you're going to deep, dark secrets and stuff like that, then some people will side-eye you. And a lot of not just content creators, but the listeners of the program, they're gonna side eye you, and they're gonna be like, well, I know I can't talk to you about this, and I know if you still just try to question me about my childhood, I know I'm not gonna tell you that this happened to me in my childhood. Like, yeah, that's why when certain people or certain content creators that have been trust no one, not even me, believe them. Them. Be careful of what you tell them. Period. Because when mad day comes.
Oh, okay, so he told that story.
They talking about me. I told Nate. Say them stop playing.
You just told yourself a hit dog a holler. I'm just saying when certain. I'm like it could
I
be
did.
anybody,
I told everybody
it was
that.
him. I'm like
I am not
the one
trustworthy,
that said it.
right? When it comes to certain things, like if somebody stabbed me in the back, I will stab them back, right?
When mad day comes,
right? I know myself. However, right, I have done business with people like Mova J and Feminine Miller University, who business I never tell. And it's mainly because they mind their business and I mind mine. See, the problem, right, is Nate is a good person and everybody is not. And they don't come, if you're a bad person, you might as well tell me you're a bad man. And I treat you like a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, Nate, when people be in people's business like that, like what Keita doing right now with Ace Metaphor, I don't like it too because he trusted you at one point, which let me know you'll betray somebody who trusts you. I don't like that.
Yeah, that wasn't cool. I'm like, and Marcy says he was she has the application. It's a nice conversation, and he told that story himself. It was on No Fugazi It was on the No Fugazi episode. Yeah, he told
What
his
happened?
but that was his
Fugazi.
story. That was his story to tell, not
Oh,
hers.
about how his parents was fucked up.
What happened in his childhood or whatever. But that's his
Right.
story to tell, not yours.
But he already came out in public with this story, too.
Yeah, I'm like, he's the one that's explained it, but I'm like, it could have been before or after they had that conversation.
I would say this. That if he put it out into the public onto social media,
Yeah,
it's open game at that point. So
yeah,
you-
on social media.
you
But
release
she
that
just
to-
said that he came to her with this story. He didn't say I put it out in public. So you got to listen to what she
Wait.
said.
Okay. So right.
I'm like, she said, he said, I came to her. He said, he came to me and he told me about what happened and da 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 da. This wasn't a public conversation at the time.
Yeah, that's not cool. If I talk to you in private about what's going on with me, I do not expect to hear that shit online. And I've experienced that. I mean, anybody that know me, I've been through the worst betrayals over the past 2 years you could ever run into. So
Right, but that's your personal story to tell. It's not for you to come to us and come to me in a private conversation and tell me what happened, and then I come online to YouTube and come to Daryl to YouTube and be like, hey, this happened to Detroit Genesis.
Girl,
Genesis,
her nigga done cheated on her, girl.
I'll be like, boy, that girl right there. That's not my place.
man, that's fighting words, man. If I tell you something I went through, and you come up on, man,
come on a platform and just go to spewing, and he could have did a
He is
edited
handling,
version of him talking
professional.
about it. It could have been any of that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, this whole situation is she is talking, and he's doing it the legal way by telling you to shut up, and you saying fuck that. I'm gonna say what I want to say, and it's going to hurt you in the end.
Didn't he say in the beginning? Didn't she say at the beginning that she had like a non-disclosure, and then
I
she
think so.
kept
It
that,
probably wasn't that.
and
I think so.
it's it turned into a lawsuit, and now she's still talking stuff. So I don't know. Maybe she feels it's going to be in her benefit to. Maybe she feels like she's doing like something for the greater good. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people will think and be fueled by this whole greater good argument of I'm doing this to help other people, and so you might not be aware that you, at the same time of you helping other people, how you're doing it is probably not like admirable. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not integral. The integrity is questioned because why would you? I mean, I get it that he owes you some money, but I mean, at what point? I mean, is it really? Maybe now you seem like a scorned lover, like a scorned person that was really believing in him, and now you're scorned because he took you off the whole situation and messed with your pockets. So now you're out to get him in any way possible. So now it's becoming like you lose the status of the abused and become the abuser.
I'm just like, tell your story, girl. A lot of men and women out here are going to sit and say she telling her story, let her tell her story. And I'm like, tell your story, girl. To each his own. To each his own. Just know there are repercussions to you keep running your mouth, especially when the law is involved, especially when the court is involved. So, yeah, tell your story, girl.
No, I know she remind me of Courtney Michelle and how I keep doing the same thing. And how Courtney Michelle was with Anton one day, not with Anton next day, and as soon as they replaced her with the Amira Exile, the Lebanese girl. Now it's, oh man, Anton is trash, the Manosphere is trash. They only want you for your money, when we already knew that. But instead of her backing the people that was speaking about it in the first place, she chose to be a mammy and side with those who, to be honest, only wanted to use her, on some bullshit. Momentarily is the word I was looking for. Use her momentarily, and that's why I'm starting to be more balanced and hold some of these women accountable. And like I said earlier, she chose to be around this person. You chose to actually help this person platform grow. You was a part of that. And then I saw Katie Rose around Anton afterwards, right? So to me, she has a issue with going around people who clearly are not on the same page as her mentally. But as long as it's financially beneficial, she will be around them, point blank, period. And to me, that means you signed up for that. That's all that means. But let's go. I want to see what else she has to say. And it's another episode. Ciao.
And I got all these things. It was almost as if he knew it was abuse, but didn't see it like it was abuse because he benefited, which is what I think a lot of us do. I think he uses his abuse as a way to gain sympathy so people can justify his actions, because that's exactly what I did. A lot of the times when he was acting an ass, I justified it with, well, he wasn't raised off love. He was raised off survival. He doesn't trust anybody. He's paranoid. Different things like that stem from abuse. And a lot of people...
I'm a woosah to that.
This sounds like less to me of a employee and more like a lover. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's like he
employee
broke
is
up
not
with her.
thinking about, well, he might have been going through it. Man, I'm your employee. Who gives a fuck about what you've been through? Like, I'm sorry to ask like an ass. When is my check coming in? When do you even come in? What time? Blah blah blah. I mean, no one cares when they're employed. That's what I'm saying. Nigga business. We get too wrapped up into personal relationships when it comes to business. As Black people, listen. We need to adopt some of these cracker ways and how. Let's stop. Sorry.
Man, fuck them white folks. Go ahead.
I shouldn't say cracker ways, but you know what I'm saying? We need to adopt
non-melanated cracker head honky ass motherfuckers.
The Neanderthal. What do they say?
The Neanderthal, whatever.
Magnum Neanderthal and
them
business, and they doing it the right way, and we need to start doing it like that, because why you sound like you in love with this guy and there was so much going on that you just had to understand his plight and how he was going through stuff. And I finally got my camera working.
Yeah. Oh, hey, pretty.
Yeah, listen, I finally got it working. I'm so bad.
Oh, and now you get the highlight box. Go ahead, do you, girl?
Yeah. So I'm at the end of the day, it's you
got a shirt on. We don't want no titties popping out.
Oh, I'm about to say, don't have one of my episodes.
I know you got some nice little things over there. You and they.
I'm in Texas, right? So it's kind of like 60 degrees out here. So I gotta
Oh, do your thing then. It's strip. Go ahead. You
it's hot. Shit.
But yeah, why are we pretending let me sit back so I'm I'm thinking. But why are we pretending why are we acting like we're together? You know what I'm saying? This is conversations of, well, he just seemed like he had all these things going on. I was feeling a certain way, and I felt it. Listen, when you work at Walmart, do you feel this way?
True.
Oh no, my boss at Walmart, DJ Genesis, he has a single mom. So even though he cursed me out, didn't pay me, treated me like shit, I just had to, I had to excuse all his bad behavior.
I'm just I think everybody has a story to tell. I'm for sure, not all, but most Black people have experienced some type of trauma in their lives, especially if they was raised in the hood or whatever the case may be. You experience some type of trauma, and sometimes it does kind of mold your exterior or your interior or how you move about in society. But we ain't about to sit here, cause I ain't been through some shit. Daryl's been through some shit, and we know how to turn it on and turn it off.
Damn, this is hell. I mean,
I'm not gonna sit here and just be a complete asshole all the time. just because what had happened to
We
me.
need to like find out what the Cro-Magnon Neanderthal.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and use that as an excuse because most of the time you're allowing your trauma to take the best of you, and you're letting your trauma win. What you do with trauma is heal from it, and a lot of Black people hold on to their trauma instead of healing from it. It's time to heal. We adults. We all past 30. It's time to heal from it. That's why you should be okay with talking about your trauma and not going into that deep, dark place.
And ain't that like enabling anyway? Like
In a way.
by like feeding into that
Yes.
enabling. Like, bro, give me a contract. What time am I gonna be there? Make sure you pay me. Here's my account. If you don't pay me on time, I will get my lawyers, and then you're gonna get like a credit like thing. Go to the collection agency. I mean, that's what they do in other situations. I don't understand where do we lose the class on how to run a business?
Hey, Flow State. But if you
What's good,
you
Flow
can,
State?
I'm like, Marcy, you can bring your ass up here. Number one. Number two.
Everybody hit the link and support me.
I'm like,
and
come
DJ
up here and talk to us. I was like, in a way, if you have somebody gaslighting you, then you decide to continue to be around that person that's gaslighting you at some point. You're going to have to take ownership of the fact that if he's saying stuff that you know will trigger you, then I'm going to kind of distance myself from him. I'm not going to, just because it's paying my bills. No, I'm not going to do that, because you're adding on to adding on to your PTSD. You're adding on to whatever trauma it is that's triggering you. You don't know that?
And let me tell you something about PTSD. Listen, we're not gonna like make everything PTSD. Everybody got PTSD now. if I take my shoe off and put it on the wrong way, I got PTSD. I'm so tired. Everybody got PTSD now. Oh Lord, when I put my shoe on the left on the right foot, it traumatized me, and so I got PTSD. Man, PTSD. Was she a Gulf War veteran or what? PTSD. Was she in the war? Was she like shooting down the enemy and the targets, or like what? Was she at the? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Does anybody know whether she was at?
We really don't know much about her personal
Yeah,
background because she
actually,
doesn't say anything about it. But
You
she
know,
knows a lot about his personal background. She's saying a whole lot about it.
No, what I'm saying is she said she got the PTSD from being in the military. I'm like, did she actually go and get some action? Like, was she at the, at the Desert Storm? Did she have to like shoot down a few like?
She's too young for Desert Storm.
Whatever.
I'm like,
Was she in Vietnam? Was she?
She's way too young for Desert
War
Storm now.
what's going on when she was in military? Like what? I mean, did she really go like PTSD?
Sorry. Shout out to Fearless Jim for the $10 cash app. And she requested the Turkulator.
Turkulator.
It's time for the circulator. It's time for the circulator. I'ma shake my monkey. I'ma shake my monkey. It's time for the circulator. It's time for the circulator. It's time for the circulator. It's time for the circulator.
I don't know how to dance but can lean, and maybe get a bitch put their hands on their knees.
It's time for the circulator.
I don't know how to dance but can lean. I don't know how to dance but can lean. I don't know how to dance but can lean, and make the ghetto bitches put their hands on their knees. Make the ghetto bitches put their hands on their knees. Make the ghetto bitches put their hands on my hands on my knees.
JT, I'm fly with it. CIT, ride with it. Right cheek, left cheek with it. Fun size on fleek with it. Slim, thick, petite with it. She wet, we keep missing. One time for my freak bitches. After hour, no sleep bitches. When I get my freak on, they throwing money like me chong. When I do my 10s, money fight, these niggas throwing pins. JT, I ain't playing.
And I want to welcome to the stage Lady Marcy. Hey, Marcy.
Hey,
girl.
Marcy.
Hey, Marcy.
Hola. The child, I was like, I understand if it's your parent got child, goddamn. Child, look.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
How you doing, baby?
I'm still above ground, so I'm blessed.
That's all that matters.
Amen. Amen. So, do you think that Keita Rose is a victim?
I'm just gonna give her a little bit of grace because the girl did say she's bipolar. So you know,
Dude, that's the case. My ass bipolar too. Goddamn, I'm bipolar.
I'm just saying she was in the military or whatever. I'm not making excuses for her or anything like that. I'm just saying I'm just gonna offer a little bit of just a teeny bit of grace.
You giving her a teeny
I
bit?
think
How much is a
that
teeny bit? Is it
she
in
may
between your
give it,
fingers?
but she still has to hold herself accountable because, like I said, if you owe her money, then he should pay her. But if she failed to put that into contract, you gotta look at yourself and say, "Damn, I fucked up, coach." I mean, you gotta look at yourself and say, "I fucked up."
Period I, period period I, period
Let's continue watching. Get off Fortnite.
What?
Pay
I
attention.
refuse.
We are hosting a show here, sir.
I refuse.
Man.
All right, let's get back to the video. God damn it.
Told me they didn't give a shit. That didn't give him a right. That didn't give him the right to behave that way just because something like that happened to him. So I never really gave much thought about the child abuse situation. He casually talked about it. It was like something he talked about like on a Tuesday. Just, I've had sex with men and that men have SA'd me. And these are the things he would just say during brunch. So he's been very open
so
about
now
the whole
thing. That he gay?
Okay, so he talked to everybody.
Child, you heard it. He said that nigga done been taking dick, child.
Backing it up. I'm the one backing it up. Like he was just backing it up, telling everybody about how he backing it up. So, you know what I mean?
So was he SA or did he take D? Like, what are you trying to say, child?
What are you trying to say? Is he the one giving it or he the one getting it? Or
honey, if he was SA, then he was the one taking
getting it. But once again, he was talking amongst peers, so he wasn't talking on the internet.
Man, that's crazy though. That is crazy.
I don't share what happened to me with people all willy-nilly. Like I did once when Daryl was live once, but I didn't mention any name or anything like that. But she knows that she can be sued for slander and defamation if none of this is true. Now the burden of proof is going to have to be on.
Oh no,
him.
it's true because clearly there's about 5 people that came out with the man's name that did it and everything. I mean, they scratched out the guy's name. I don't know why they're trying to protect him. I'm like, it was Pastor so and so at the.
As of right now, his name is Mojo Jojo.
No. Well, she actually shows the recording of the video of someone else that. Go ahead and play the video because I've already seen it. But she actually shows where people have gotten back to her and said, "Hey, you know what I'm saying? It happened to me. He told me about this and whatever. I don't know whatever, but it was like, the person's name was in the thing that she scratched it out. So I'm like, so you're gonna tell Mojo Jojo, but you're not gonna tell this pastor that's like SAing people? He need to be.
When you're doing stuff like that, you people protect you. Believe it or not, people will protect you, and sometimes it's people that claim that they love you that are around you that will protect them. We all know that.
Yeah.
That's why he's been able to get away with it for so long.
That uncle, like, don't leave him with Uncle so and so.
Exactly.
Remember, like Cedric Entertainment said, "Oh, you left him with Uncle so and so." Oh no, don't leave him with Uncle so and so.
We can go back to the video, child.
All right, let's go.
Shows ago, right? So not my last show, but maybe a couple shows ago, we were all in the green room and he was, of course, talking about his abuse like he always does, randomly and casually to everyone. Told him to stop doing that. He won't. And he ended the conversation with, my mentor is still doing the same thing to boys to this day. And of course, rightfully so, everyone who heard all the abuse that he talked about is taken aback because you're saying that this could potentially still be happening to this day. So when asked, well, why don't you step up? Why don't you say anything? Why don't you do anything? He shut down. I genuinely believe that he knows that other people feel like it's wrong, but as long as the boys are getting taken care of, well, is it really abuse? I think it's important to note that a lot of us don't know who the people we work with are really and what they do behind closed doors. We just work with them. So after he says that, a cast member asks, well, what are you going to do to save the little boys? Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to step up publicly? Are you going to, like, what have you done to save these children? And Jojo just shut down. He didn't say anything. So I'm not going to hold you. I didn't really take his claim serious because I think he's a liar and I think everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie.
So why are you telling us now?
Like,
what gave you the right to explain the story then? If I'm like, then you shouldn't have mentioned the story at all.
I'm sorry, my bad. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, girl. I'm sorry.
Now you pretty much double backed on your story. You said that this and that happened, blah blah blah. It was so crazy. People say, "Don't tell us this." Woo! It was this guy that did this. Oh my God! Are you gonna do something about it? He backed up. He said, "Listen, I don't want to get involved, right?" And then you say it's a lie. What?
Child.
Listen, I don't believe anything he has to say anyway. Like, so what are you saying now? Now you have pretty much negated. That's almost like saying "but" at the end of a sentence. Like, I love you, but you know what I'm saying? You understand? If you say I love you, but that means I don't love you, right? What she just did was did but without saying but. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking
I
about?
think that I wouldn't discredit her story of trauma like I wouldn't discredit his. But she told us the story because she wanted the audience to say, oh, damn, he was getting plugged in the butt. But now it's, oh, man, maybe it wasn't even true in the first place. So you want the audience to basically turn against this man for anything. And then imagine the people who don't like him, right? All the men who are going out and saying, oh, look at, he was simping for the women. Now look at him. The women going against him, saying he like getting fucked in the ass. That's what they gonna say.
Derek Jackson. He another Derek Jackson, not alive.
2.0.
Man, but hold on now. Like, you know what? I did not pay attention to that right now until I got onto this thing. It could be all a lie. It could be. So why would you say that if it could be a lie?
Why would you repeat a lie? Do you feel like that's appropriate to repeat lies? Are you the kind of person that will repeat a lie just to get back at an enemy?
You know what?
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Say, you know, that right there.
That's like if I come out, Marcy, and be like, you know what? Me and they feel out. E Black was right. I was smashing the whole time. What? Yeah, no, you don't just throw out misinformation just because you want to. No, that's not okay.
If I'm going to tell my story, and I know for a fact that the person who violated me is still violating, you better believe I'm taking their ass to the cleaners. You will not get a chance to hurt anyone else. But if he shut down, that means he's probably never healed from this. That's his responsibility.
Great, I would imagine so.
And she's just so mad about her situation. She's not even seeing what he's going through.
I don't think she cared, to be honest.
Nobody does. If that's the case from what she's saying, nobody does. Not even him. I mean, it's enough blame to go all the way around.
Man, this is crazy.
Wow.
Ain't that
because this is
child.
His mental state. You
okay, Keita.
You keep talking about this like you giving out a recipe. Seriously?
That's what I'm like,
after a
Keita.
while, if you keep telling it and keep telling it and keep telling it, and then they tell you, well, we kind of don't want to hear that, you know, you don't know who you triggering for one. And so if you're going to keep talking about it and keep talking about it, but you're not going to help yourself first and then try to help other people. Because if this dude is still going around doing it, then I mean, what's the point in you telling the story? Are you trying to garner sympathy? Are you trying to manipulate people with that? I mean, I'm just saying, that's why I'm saying there's enough blame to go around all the way.
Mm-hmm. That's true, but I'm like, that's very, very true. For Keita, she needs to just shut up. That's what she really needs to do. Talk about the experience you had with him, telling all his personal business and stuff like that. It's not going to make you look good in no type of light whatsoever. It's going to show that you're untrustworthy. If this was a falsified, if this was false or whether it was true, right now you're in defamation of character, slandering. You're bouncing around in that. And if he ends up losing money, losing whatever, he has a very strong case against you for running your mouth. So you need sometimes us as women need to learn to stop running our mouth. And
Yeah,
I can understand.
I agree. Now she does need to be quiet, but the burden of proof is on him. He has to prove that she's lying. That gives her lawyers discovery.
Yeah,
No,
but
you much
the burden
like
of proof. I'm
Chuck.
like, all he had to do is run this video right here. So you don't have to run this video right here. And I'm like, run this video right here. Look at the comments. Whatever case may be, there's the proof because she's saying his name. It's not like she's talking about him in third person. Him, that person, Mojo Jojo. She said his name. Everybody knows who she's talking about.
Right. She ain't saying his name. So maybe she feels like she's covered by like saying Mojo Jojo.
Jojo, but you got his picture in the background. So everybody know who you're talking about. Just like with the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case. Everybody knew who she was talking about in the op-ed that she put out before Aquaman came out. Everybody knew who she was talking about. So you have to be careful. I'm like, yeah, the burden of proof is on him, but she is running her mouth so much that it's not going to be hard to prove. It's not going to be that hard.
So you think set up call like mental illness, like that she is like going through some kind of a PT? Will she be able to argue that in court that was just going through an episode?
No,
if she has a good
because you made a whole series about
anything.
this. I can understand if it was like 1 or 2 videos, but this is this is what, number 8?
Basically, yes.
Mental breakdown is only gonna go so far.
Man,
That's another one after this, child. She don't care. She going for the drugger. You know what I'm saying? She exposing these boys at all costs, and she don't care what she gotta do to in the meantime, if she look crazy, she don't care. She doubtful. People are doubting her story. I doubt her story, a little bit of it. I don't care. She don't care. I'm not sure if I would like her on my team or not. Yeah, I'm not sure if
I wouldn't trust her. I wouldn't trust her. If she's on my team, like I would know based on her character or what she's doing right here, it would strictly be business. I wouldn't even have I wouldn't call her for call. This is the call time. You need to be here at this time, and that's it. We have a very stone cold contract. This is how much you're gonna get paid per episode. Your money is gonna be deposited here. That's it. I'm not having type of conversation with you because I wish you would come online and I've shared something personal with you, whether I'm talking amongst a bunch of people or I'm just talking to you, and you run your mouth when Mad Day comes. No, because it's going to even be in the contract. If you run your mouth, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna sue you, and I will win. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
If we need to, we beat that ass too.
So, yeah, we not doing none of that. Like, but this right here make her untrustworthy.
I would agree. This is a good reason for people to not do business with her. If I was Anton, I would be very, very cautious about what he allows her to see. She is not Island Girl Q.
Mm-hmm.
So what? So now she's on Anton's platform now.
Sometimes, not always. Sometimes I've seen her over there, but not always. But we can review those videos too. I said I like Keita. She this little bandit. Let's finish this one.
Very funny person, man. She needs to go out and do some stand up.
She got a fat ass too.
I don't look at her ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking under her ass, but you know, she actually is a very beautiful woman. And
well, I started this series.
My bad.
No, she's also very funny. You know, when she initially did this, I was kind of like captivated. Okay, what's going on? But the more I'm beginning to hear this, I'm like, this is like getting a little bit too bad in taste. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Yeah, it makes you not even sure if you want to support her, child.
And, you know, people started coming out. Turns out he's been telling people the same story for 10 plus years. Now that I know all the mentor stories weren't lies, we are doing everything in our power to figure out who this guy is. What can we do? Is this still happening? How can we stop this? So no worries there. But I genuinely believe he does not see an actual problem with any of this, which is why he casually speaks about it. So trigger warning, the next couple episodes will probably be about abuse. Hello.
Okay, so let me go to the next one. But before I even go to the next one, let me say this. Because this child, she's something else, child. If a person don't want to talk about something that's going on, like abuse, hold on, I was lagging a little bit. If a person don't want to talk about abuse, it's probably because they still are living with that trauma. I want to say, he don't give a fuck about that shit and what's going on because he ain't go out and put on a Batman cape and go save the kids. Nope, because I don't expect every woman that has been raped to go out and save every woman that's about to be raped or has been raped. I think that'd be extremely unrealistic and damn near what's the right word? Mean. Oh yeah, I've been through something and a guy raped me. Well, I think you need to go stop him and stop every other rapist from touching every other kid. Otherwise, you don't care about the topic. Clearly, what kind of sense does that make? That's why I hate bitches like you. Anyway, I don't hate Keita, but I just don't like irresponsibility. And at this age, and as much as I've been through, I've grown very weary of people when they complain about certain stuff. I want to know, what did you do in the situation? I always ask, what did you do in the situation? Right, Marcy, me and my last girlfriend, we broke up, and I had absolutely nothing to do with that. It was all her fault. Does that really sound trustworthy to you?
Are we talking about who I think we're talking about? I don't.
No, it does not, because it takes two to tango. Somebody.
We talk about Mojo Jojo number 2.
If y'all broke up, then it probably, who knows what happened.
It's probably for the fucking best.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, to be honest, they both need to shut the hell up and settle this out of court and be done with it.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said. Shut up.
He needs to shut up, and so does she.
And she can go, clearly, again, if she working with Anton, I would just go make some money somewhere else and call it a fucking day. I wouldn't be focused on,
I would turn down $500K. What are we doing?
Shit, I mean, she ain't about to get it. If it's not legally in a contract, she's not getting that money. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
All the talk that she doing, she gonna make her say that she gonna end up paying all that $500,000 that she get awarded. She gonna end up owing to so many people. It don't make no sense.
Do you think that they put her on the thing just to like get her to crash out, just to embarrass her?
They probably knew she was gonna crash out and use her own ego and her own lack of emotion and how to control her emotion. They use that against her. People have done that against me. They know what I would crash out about and what I won't crash out about. And they would deliberately talk about certain stuff back in the day. Back in the day, they would talk about the Lucky situation, they talk about my kids, stuff like that. Stuff that they knew I would automatically spaz the fuck out about. Now, when they do that shit, you know what I do? Laugh, look at them. You're goofy. I ain't about to entertain you. But this is still fresh for her, clearly. So she's not about to be, getting over anything no time soon. That's just the facts. All right, let's go to the other video. Can I get a witness? Child, what the hell is this?
Hello, my fellow crash outs, reporting for duty. Thank you for watching episode 12. A lot of you guys said, Tita, we are not on episode 12. Where'd you get these numbers? I don't know. I've been going through it. So thank you for watching episode 12. A lot of you have been saying, thank you. The videos are less animated. You calm down. We really like that. We really appreciate that. I didn't calm down. You were witnessing a manic episode, and now you are witnessing me in a depressive state. I have been drained of energy by a demon. I'm not gonna lie, on January 18th, I did receive a cease and desist. I also did say on my story that I was gonna wipe my ass. Well, first I said I was gonna print the cease and desist on Charmin, and then I was gonna wipe my. Now it seems we have upgraded to a lawsuit.
So you first receive a legal cease and desist to stop. Now you're receiving a lawsuit. Somebody tell me how this is making anything better. Go ahead. Convince me.
That's why everybody needs to shut the hell up. Shut the entire hell up.
We could have jumped him and got your money back, Keita. But all of this other goofy shit you doing, you're gonna make yourself look bad, and he gonna end up winning a case against you. He hasn't said shit. He been quiet. And it's a reason for that. Because he's not stupid. Anyway, child. Come on, press play.
Oh, let me upgrade you. I believe I'm being sued for.
For what?
Hello, my fellow crash outs, reporting for duty. Thank you.
Did she remove this video? Fuck it, because if I can't play it, then I'm about to just say fuck it. God damn it. DJ Witch Doctor and Drip beefing. That's none of our concern. It's not our concern right now. We'll get to that later. Okay, let's see if we can get it this time.
I'm just sitting here looking at it.
I saw you on Drip
I was
Show.
just sitting here
like
looking at it.
3
I
o'clock
said,
in the morning.
Witch Doctor
Daryl.
recorded. What?
You two don't want me to be great right now. That's why I like streaming in the morning time. The kids, everybody on the goddamn Wi-Fi. So you know what I'm about to do? Call it a night and end early and go over there and fuck with Drip and Shanika and see what all the mess and drama is all about. Make sure y'all tap
I'm
in.
like, wow.
All
Are
right.
you watching it now?
Yeah, that's what I was like. That shit caught my attention. I was like, what?
I
Damn.
look good.
But anyway,
All right.
this nigga. But anyway, thanks for coming to another episode of Unfiltered and Unapologetic with Daryl Long and his lovely cast of lovely ladies. Myself, DJ Genesis, and the lovely Marcy. Come back and see us tomorrow for more tea, messiness, and maybe a couple of politics about Trump punk ass. Until then, we'll see y'all asses later. Peace out.
Please check out Alchemizing Energy, my little channel.
Oh, okay. Make sure you visit the channel. Make sure you spam the chat with Mrs. DJ Genesis.
Yes,
YouTube
bandits,
page.
go support DJ Genesis immediately. We have
Please
great
go follow
things
her. I
coming.
already subscribed.
Will do.
And we'll deal with this impetulant child later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
I got my own, I don't need security in the club. All they wolfing on the dick, nigga, I thought you was a thug. I ain't got nowhere to go, I shot up everywhere they would. Yeah, you know, to this, you come get it back in the hood. back in blood. We ain't masked up, no doctrine, those niggas know who it was. Boy, just like the haters, want some back, get it in blood. Yeah, I know who took this, you come get it back in blood. Your nigga killer ain't paid shit, or no RP straight. We had 300 shots up in the car before we picked up 30. Niggas who ain't got the one, go grab a piece and get alert. He post RP and reason he hear the curse. Gotta know I go too far. Hoes up on this honey, one of them might stand for Opa. 20 some shots left up in the K, 15 still in the clock. Leave my door unlocked and stop, I lock, get no feet park the car. Doing dirty, I ain't showing up. 11,000 all wood, left my right pocket in the club. Girl, baby, so funky dirty, I went got it out the mud. If I took some, get it in blood on the guilt, really good. I got my, I don't need some good, put it in the club. All they wolfing on the dick, nigga, I thought you was a thug. I ain't got nowhere to go, I shot up everywhere they would. Yeah, you know who took this from you, get it back in blood. Come get it back in blood. We ain't masked up, no contracts, niggas know who it was. Just like the haters, want some back, get it in blood. Yeah, you know who took this from you, come get it back in blood.
Killed your man, you keep on talking, better get that shit in blood. Kill my shorty, them a club, then they gon' walk inside the club. Hit his little ass with that switch, I bet that shit switch up his nerve. The opposite side, my city, little bro, put them in the mud. You can't come back to your hood, huh? He was dissing on my cousin, now his ass all in that wood, huh? Look his ass, I wish he would come. You would pop up out that club with that new block, I wish he would run. His ass slam, I'm really icy, really icy. Who spicy, that's my dog. But who you know, I'm really spicy. You told all them OT niggas that you really slide. Tell the truth about your game, they really dying.
I got my own, I don't need security.